It's the same thing every single year. Hello and welcome, everybody. In case you haven't noticed, we've drawn Arsenal again. It's the same thing every single year. We have to at least face them once a year. This year, we're doing so again. I've never been a believer of the whole draws are rigged and everything, but I'm slowly starting to believe that. It's 2016 December, and and I think now I'm a believer of the draws are rigged. So yeah, it's all changed this year. What can I say about the draw? I mean, first of all, we know Arsenal inside out. They know us inside out, and that's just the way it is. They've actually looked pretty good this season. You're looking at the striking department. It's not really called the striking department anymore because Alexis Sanchez is the only one that's really firing for them at the moment. But he's obviously in spectacular form. And then in the back you have obviously Koscielny and Mustafi, who at the beginning looked very good and now don't look as good anymore as they used to at the beginning. But I actually made, funny enough, a mock draw early today, late yesterday, around 3 o'clock in the morning, or something along that. And I got Arsenal. I drew Arsenal in my mock draw, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to upload that because in last year when I did, I think it was the Juventus one, which was also the round of 16. I made a mock draw. I got Juventus, and we drew Juventus, and I was like, I don't want to face Arsenal again. I'd rather face someone like Barcelona. Yeah, I know people call me crazy. I'd rather face someone like Barcelona. I really do. I just want to play Barcelona again. That's the only reason why. But I was like, you know what? We play Arsenal every single year. That is just going to get boring and repetitive. I mean, the matches are normally very good, but it will just get boring and repetitive. So I was like, I'm not going to upload that because last year when I uploaded it, we got that team, and I wanted to get Juventus last year. But this year, it's like, I don't want to get Arsenal again. And so I didn't upload that. But we still got Arsenal, so it doesn't matter what I do. We get Arsenal every single year. I'm so done with it. I really am. I am so done with us facing Arsenal. Honestly, should make for good matches, like I said. But I just can't believe it. I do believe the draws are rigged out. I really do believe it. 2016, and it's official. When I say it's official, it's official. The draws are rigged. Why couldn't we face Barcelona? Why could we not face I really want to play Barcelona. But anyway, obviously, if we're speaking current form, they will probably be favourites. They will probably be favourites if we're speaking current form. Although in the last few matches, we've actually improved a lot compared to how we were at the beginning of the season. Which was always going to be that way. It was always going to be the case with obviously Ancelotti being a new coach. He wanting to bring his ideas to the club, and now we're slowly and surely getting used to them. I would also mention that I don't really care who we face. Even if we face Barcelona, I still would have been very confident. I'm very confident now as well. I know Arsenal have been much better than us so far in this season, but I'm very confident. I was always going to be very confident about who we face because the winter break that makes a lot of difference. You look at how we've played so far, and it's not been really that smooth sailing. Obviously, the recent results have been very good, but you can see there's a clear improvement. We started changing the system from a 4-3-3 obviously now to a 4-2-3-1. Ancelotti has even said that we're going to stick with a 4-2-3-1, so that's a very positive sign considering all our good results have been in a 4-2-3-1 really, and we've had one good result in a 4-3-3, but in general we've only used like a 4-2-3-1 twice or 3 times, and every time we did, played really well. Sorry if you can hear a bit of background noise. They're building a new house right next door, so it's always a bit loud. But Arsenal. I'm not saying that it's gonna be the same this year, but normally around November, December, January, February, that's when they start dropping points, and honestly, that's when their form will probably go down a little bit. It's just the way it is. I mentioned this before because obviously we play Arsenal every single year. I think they're a fantastic team. I really do. I think they should be. I think they should be winning for the Premier League. I really think that they should. But the one thing that I do think they have a problem with is the mentality. I've said that last year. I'll say that this year. I'll say that every year, really, unless they prove me wrong. But for me, they've always had a mentality problem. That when they expect an easy game, they can play well, but they can play well mostly. But when they play a bigger team, comparatively, but if they play a team that is bigger, that is, that they're supposed to lose against, that is when they've got the mentality of, okay, you know what, we're supposed to lose, might as well not play. And that for me isn't a mentality issue. It really is, if against the bigger teams, although you've got players that could really make the difference, if against bigger teams you don't really show that, then that's just a mentality issue that has nothing to do with the players. That comes from the top, and that needs to go down to the players, in my opinion. Now, obviously, the key men that we're gonna have to look out for are obviously Mesut, Sanchez. Is Xhaka gonna play though? That's the thing, because Xhaka, he hardly plays. He hardly played, should I say? He plays now more than ever. But he hardly plays for them. I think he'd be pretty important, although I'd probably expect him to go much more defensive, especially in the home match that we have. So in their away match and our home match, which is obviously the first game, because obviously we came second in the group. So that is a massive disadvantage. The one positive perhaps, is that we've not really seen how we play under Ancelotti in the knockout stages away. Under Pep Guardiola, we all mentioned that really. Everyone mentioned that. As much as I like him, we have been terrible away under him in knockout stage. I think we've only won like once or twice away in 3 seasons. Doesn't matter on opponent, just once, twice away in the knockout stages, which isn't really that good. Ancelotti, obviously, he is known for being a Champions League manager. So, am I positive? Yes, I am. I am very positive. I would have been positive regardless of who we drew. I'm a little bit disappointed. I mentioned it already. I wanted someone else. I wanted someone new. I wanted someone fresh. Well, saying Barcelona is new isn't really the case, but you get what I mean. I wanted either someone new or Barcelona, because they play Arsenal every single year. But it's just the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. Score predictions. I expect the first match to probably be like a 2-0, and the second match to probably be like a 1-1. That's my honest prediction. The question is, and that's a big question that I have, what team are we going to play? Because come February, we're going to have a lot more players back. I know we don't really miss that many players right now either, but you're looking at our squad. We've been playing mainly Hummels or Boateng in defense, so not both together. We've only had like 3 matches with them both together. We've only been playing one or the other. When Boateng was playing, he was probably our best defender. When Hummels was playing, he was probably our best. Well, recently he's probably been our best defender. Javi in the beginning of the season, he's probably been our best defender, although now he's struggling a little bit. So we've got good choices in defense. 3 players have really looked very good this season. Boateng has been looked good for most part when he's played. Hummels, he's looked pretty shaky at the beginning, but now in the last 6, 7, 8, in the last 2 months or so, he's looked very, very good. Javi in the beginning, in the first 2 months or so, he's looked very good, very great, and then now in the last two months, he's looked very shaky. Then you look in terms of our wingers option. Obviously, it depends if we play 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. But in that department, we have Robin, who obviously, everyone knows what Robin does. Everyone knows what he does. Even a child could predict what Robin's going to do once he's on the ball. He's going to go to the left and try and score in the top right corner, which he has done quite recently. And he's been very, very, very good recently. Obviously, he's been injured for most part of the season. But in like the last 4 or 5 games, he scored like 4 and assisted like 4, something along those lines. So it's just a typical Robin, really. Is he going to play on the right though? Who knows? Is Muller going to play on the right though? Who knows? What's going to happen on the left? The Ribery, Costa, is Coleman going to be back by then? Is he going to play? I don't know. So we've got the squad option we really have. Obviously now we've got a few injuries here and there, with Costa still returning, Coleman being injured, Muller, he's not really fitting on the right wing. So it all depends on how we're going to play. Obviously midfield is probably probably our strongest and probably our weakest area. It doesn't really make sense. Thiago, he's been our best player this season. He's been like a 9.5 out of 10 throughout the whole season. That's how good he's been. I've mentioned a few times that I want him to go forward a little bit more, because obviously in recent season he's been much more of a creator, but this season he's been much further back a little bit. But he's just circulating the ball so well, and when he does get forward, he always gets forward in very dangerous areas. So for me, he's been our player of the season so far. It's December. He's been playing for about 4 months or so, 4 or 5 months or so. So he for me is a definite. I mean, he's been playing most games under Ancelotti anyway, so you could basically, he's basically a definite. So that's that. And then obviously you'd expect Vidal to play. He's been injured for a long time, obviously only slowly returning, but so far he's been very good. And then obviously it depends how we're going to go. Are we going to have 3? Are we going to have 2? Who knows? I don't know. Obviously, a lot of people would say not Ancelotti, Alonso. I know a lot of people will be totally against that. I don't know just yet. I'll have to actually, I have to actually establish what we're gonna play. Renato Sanchez, I want to see more of that kid. I really do. Every time he's played recently, he's looked really, really sharp. So there's a lot of variety for us. There's a lot of variety for them, to be fair. Although with them, you can basically expect you know what you can expect, really. I mean, in terms of the defense, I think that's pretty obvious. Midfield, that's probably the one area, but I think they're gonna go much more defensive in the match against us, where we are at home. And then in attack, you can basically expect what you're gonna get. So that's my first of all, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you guys think. Arsenal again every single year. Woohoo! Woo! Which I find absolutely ridiculous. I really do. Tell me what you guys think, though, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys in the next one. You know what? I'm gonna do a full Champions League prediction video next. Going for every single game and going basically saying who's gonna go through and who's not gonna go through, similar to how I did with the group stages, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll see you then. Peace out, everyone, and have a nice day. Bye.